Hello, gorgeous. How is everyone? Welcome back. It's kind of crazy. I have another one already. I was feeling the itch, and I kind of started filming thinking I wasn't going to film. And by filming, I mean building. Listen, it's early. I'm sipping an iced coffee. Leave me alone. Yeah, I started filming this after I had already pretty well figured out the outside. My friend was over. We were hanging out. She had driven 5 hours. I made some food. She ate some food with me. She sat on her floor and played The Sims. I sat at my desk and played The Sims. By her floor, I mean my floor. She was here, friends. Anyway, so we are, I guess this is just kind of like a basic suburban house. I say basic. I tried to take a step back from my more heavy maximalist style and make this a little more family, like common sounds like I'm like, this is boring. It's not. It is cool. I think I used a lot more beige than I typically would. It's still there's some yellows going on. I think I ended up going for a yellow and blue, and there's some earth tony browns with the outside. It turned out all right. I do think I need to learn some new landscaping, which you'll see eventually. But for now, I also think maybe this was a kind of like a speed build. I was kind of trying to see what I could do very quickly without worrying too much, just to test my muscles. It worked out okay. I'm thinking, well, first of all, this is a pretty small house, all things considered. It's on one of the 2 really small lots in Newcrest, which I tend to use a lot if I want to build something small and fast. But that also means there probably really wasn't enough room for what I eventually in my little brain was trying to do with this house. Oops, I bumped my desk. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, yeah, I bumped the desk. Words come back to me. Here we go. So, doing the kitchen here. And I was saying that this house is probably a little smaller than it really needs to be. It should be a little larger because it was hard. I forgot. What a shock. I always forget to put bathrooms. I build the shell of a house and I'm like, great, this is perfect. Things are locked in. I can't really make anything any larger. And then I'm like, there's no bathroom. There's no bathroom, and I haven't left enough space for the Sims to move around. But I figured it out. Eventually there ends up being, I guess, 3 bathrooms. Well, there's a half bath downstairs, and then there's a master suite, and there's also a teenager sort of bathroom suite situation upstairs, where you'll see the upstairs I had to do some weird stuff where I had 2 little tiny L-shaped rooms because of where I put the stairs. And I could have tried to move the stairs, because the stairs really kind of determine how you're going to lay out an upstairs usually, because it's you can only go so many ways once you get off the stairs, and the stairs take up a lot of room. So I don't know, but I ended up using this green wallpaper that you can kind of see in the living room now that has a really sort of subtle floral pattern that I actually really liked. I used all of my usual go-to things in the kitchen. I love that little thing with the tea boxes with the plants. Tea boxes with the plants. I'm trying to test my diction because I was watching the one that I just put up, that lavender cottage, and I realized that my plosives, that's t, b, are not really popping, which is kind of funny because I went to theater school. I should know how to do that. I don't know. Once again, every room has a gallery wall. I love a gallery wall. And then I tried, here's the thing. I love clutter. in The Sims. To a certain extent, I like clutter in real life, as long as it's not like the kind that makes me anxious. But if it's like cutesy and it's kind of like little individual art pieces and like little gatherings of like clusters of objects, I think it's nice. But I was trying not to clutter this so much so that in theory, y'all, if you download this, could change things up a little if you wanted to. So, that's an option. I'd also try to do like kind of like a mix of sort of styles. It's definitely like kind of eclectic. I didn't try too hard to like match aesthetics, I guess. I kind of treated this as though like this is your friend's mom's house, maybe. Like your friend's mom, who like maybe the dad has like a good job. So they like kind of go out, to the home goods from time to time. I grew up poor. I still think going to home goods is kind of fancy, even though I know for a fact that it is capitalism brainwashing us, and most of it is just future landfill garbage. Been watching too many Instagram reels of that guy who like does the thing where he puts on a wig and pretends to be a mom, and he talks like this. And he's like, Gigi died, which I can't say. That's my cat's name. She's fine. Baby girl, she's okay. I actually don't know where she is. I put up a bird feeder, so she's probably watching the birds. Here you can see me trying to figure out the upstairs because I was like, I was like, there's going to be a bathroom up here. There's got to be, because there's only a half bath. And then I was like, what am I going to do? There's not room for a sink because there's this weird long skinny bit. I got to put this in the corner. Eventually I figured it out, as you can kind of see. I'm doing a lot of jumping around right now. I think because I was copying the tile and the walls from the bathroom downstairs. Actually, I think like in the kitchen, I didn't put tile on the floor, but I basically just used the same tile in the kitchen and all the bathrooms, which I feel like is something like kind of realistic that happens in real life, I assume. I would imagine this house is probably more of like a new build. That's kind of like what I'm thinking, but it's also like got some weird shapes. Like here you can see this is going to be the master. It's going to be like kind of a blue and green sort of situation. So I did that, and then this ended up being what I think is definitely like a teenager's room. Maybe like a teenage girl, or maybe a teenage boy. Who knows? A teenager who likes like groovy kind of flowers, that like throwback semi-70s sort of thing. You know how everything's cyclical. But yeah. And then here's me trying to struggle. Not trying to struggle. I don't try to struggle. It just happens. To get a rug under that bed. Then I was like, let's layer up some rugs. And I was like, no, we're pulling it back on this one. Remember, we're going quick. Quick moderately. I think this build, without being sped up, took me like 2.5 or 3 hours, which is not too bad, because it was pretty fast. I think I would like to try sometime to do one of those like set a timer for 30 minutes and build and landscape an entire house thing. But I think I would have to make that easier on myself by like maybe making it to where it's just space game, which I could probably do. There's like a really cool, hopefully I'll see it and I won't be like waxing poetical and telling y'all a story when it comes up, but there's a really cool gallery wall object that I think was just added to the base game. Maybe it was like a Pride thing where it's like called like an eclectic wall something gathering. I don't know. Oh, here we go. This is where I'm trying to figure out the teens' bathroom. Because as you can see, there's really not a good way to get like this long L shape to have a toilet and a shower. So I ended up, I think, leaving that toilet in the corner. And then here I'm like playing so hard with changing the shape of the bedroom, but I don't want to move that window, the front one, like the 3 wide. Eventually I figure it out. It's a little weird. Basically, it's like you kind of have like a little entryway into the teen area where there is like a sink. Like it's just a sink in a little room. And I think it works. I don't think that's completely out of the ordinary. I do think it's a little strange. But I think like it could be one of those things that like somebody who's selling the house could sell that as a feature where it's like, here's your child's little separate sink area. And then they've got their own private bathroom off the bedroom. So I don't know. But you'll see it here eventually. I figured it out. But here I'm putting up here's where I'm like, the sink's going to go in here somehow. And then that toilet's going in the corner. I need to play test this before I upload it. I'm going to be so mad if that toilet is not usable. But here's the tiny little room that I made for the sink. And you can see that makes like a really weird corner in the bedroom. I think I put a plant there, like a hanging plant. All right, here we are going with the master, I guess what you would call the parents' room. Again, trying not to clutter things too much. Eventually, I do in the parents' room. I mean, you can kind of see it. I'm using some furniture. It looks kind of like mid-century-ish. It's like the movie. No, Get Famous. You can see where my brain connected the movie thing, right? Because of the acting career. Yeah, it's from Get Famous. And then the teenager's room I kind of had fun with. Because I was like, I found this really cool, like, hanging star lanyard banner thing. I hung it up. That was fun. I crisscrossed them. I eventually do 2 of them. And then I put down a couple rugs. Oh, we're frozen. No, we're not. I was like, what's going on? You can tell that I didn't really cut out as much footage as I should have from this, but this is kind of like a quick and dirty build.
What is he doing?
Here?
Oh, no.
This did not happen.
Oh, no.
I'm upset that I said that. We're doing some decorating now. This is the Bridgerton event and book set, which is actually really cute. I've not read the Bridgerton books or watched Bridgerton. Anybody here watch it? I do not. I was actually in a Shakespeare show last summer where they're like, we're going for Bridgerton vibes. Can you channel this? And I was like, I cannot. I have not seen it. I kind of live under a rock. I live in my own little world. I've got like my pieces of media that I enjoy, that I will watch from time to time. And it keeps me happy. We've got the little side table here, which is really cute. It's like, I like that it's gold. I feel like I wouldn't have it in my house because 1, I have a kitty cat who would leave little paw prints all over it. And 2, it's a mirror. I feel like it would break. 3, I think it just looks too modern. I like shit. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, this is an 18 plus video now. I just swore. I like stuff that looks old.
Yeah, that's old school.
And also that side table I like because it's narrow if you turn it, which is nice. The side tables in this game are still too large. Here we're putting up some fairy lights. We love. Here you can see where I did the crisscross thing, and I like put up this hanging ceiling light that's yellow. I feel like, I don't know, some of the ceiling lights, if you're using short wall height, which I often do because it seems more realistic to me, they hang too low. And I think sometimes they actually do get in the way of the Sims walking around. I could be wrong, but that has happened to me. And then I kind of struggled a little bit with this upstairs, like the bathroom and like the hallway and how to decorate the parents' room. Here's that cool gallery wall object. Is this new? It looks kind of like Pride-y. They might have added it for Pride into the base game. I really like it. It's kind of like leaning boho a little bit. It looks very trendy. There's a lot of things right now that are like boho and new, but are supposed to look like almost, I want to say Victorian, but that's probably not correct. It's a little too overarching, but it's like more of like that classic aesthetic because I think people are getting tired of minimalism a little bit and tired of like straight, clean lines. They want to have a time come back where furniture was created with artistry, you know? Here we're doing the landscaping. I do think it's a little repetitive. It looks cute, But I always use those hydrangea objects and low-lying yellow flowers and the green base game debug bushes. I've watched a lot of Lil Simsy. She used them back in the day, and I always thought it was nice. So I use them a lot. I do kind of get more, adventurous in my landscaping. If you watch some of my other videos, like the really crazy ones, like all of my like witchy kind of houses, especially the one I did for like the Witch of the North for Wizard of Oz, which is hilariously not in my Wizard of Oz series, which I think maybe next month I'll try to work on it. I've also got some stuff that I've been commissioned to make for some people that might set that back a little, but I don't know. We're just about wrapping with the landscaping on this. If y'all like this more simple, sort of classic suburban look, let me know. Love y'all. Bye-bye.